Hello, welcome to ICC. Thank you very much for your interest in our school. I'm hoping that in the next few minutes we can just take you through the main things that you might be considering about ICC for your child. Whatever you choose to do, I wish you the very best of luck with your choice. All the schools in Crawley offer you something different but a good standard of education. We'll work together very closely. So I hope that you will get the information you need. And if you're watching this because for whatever reason you weren't able to come to the open evening, really hope that this helps you make your choice. A quick note that we have decided to join the Collegiate Trust. At some point this year, we were due to join quite soon. Anybody that is at Gossip's Green or Waterfield will know the Trust and realise that they're great partners in terms of our education going forward, and I am very convinced that that is the best future for this school. This was a clear choice by the school. There's no reason why we had to make that choice, but we looked at various trusts, feeling that the time was right, and the Collegiate Trust was the one that we chose. So let's talk a little bit about what we do. As a school, we very much believe in a positive approach to how students learn and how we encourage the best behaviour. We think that rewards and acknowledgement of what goes right in a lesson are very, very, very important to students making positive choices. So we make sure we reward young people all the time when they're making good choices, to acknowledge that good behaviour, and so that young people understand that our expectations being met has a positive outcome. In that way, you lift lots of young people out of poorer behaviour choices because you acknowledge the fact that they do the right things. And in order that that has meaning, we celebrate and reward very widely. We have regular reward events and a reward trip for students who accumulate enough reward points, and we take every opportunity we can to celebrate the great things our young people do. And most importantly, we provide a happy, safe and inclusive, caring environment for our young people. Young people learn best when they're happy, when they're comfortable, when they feel safe. If anybody in school is feeling anxious or unhappy, or that they don't have people to turn to, then they simply won't learn well because their head is full of that anxiety. So what we make sure that we do is that we provide the structure around our pastoral care to make sure that every young person feels this is a school for them, that there are people here for them, whatever their need, whatever their strengths are, so that they can all feel that they're happy and they can learn and they can achieve. And lastly, it seems very obvious, but we have a constant focus on our classroom teaching. What will help students learn well is when teachers teach well. Students are motivated to do well because they're rewarded and they feel safe and comfortable within the school environment, so there aren't any other distractions to them. And so those three things together mean that our young people have a great school experience, learn well and achieve in the areas that they choose. And so to those rewards, we have a reward activity every half term. So they're reward points that they receive for meeting expectations every lesson, accumulate, and you can see that at home. They can see that through Go for Schools. And if they reach a threshold of points, then they qualify for their reward activity. And that's an afternoon, a period of 5, once every half term, where we get them together for a social activity, something fun, not expensive, not crazy, but just something fun to acknowledge to them that they've done the right things. And that acknowledgement is the most important thing, that we are saying to them, yes, thank you, we've noticed that you're doing the right things, we've noticed that you're trying hard, and we want you to have an enjoyable social activity with your friends as a way of saying thank you. Then in the summer we have a day out, a reward trip for everybody that meets the threshold for that trip. It's a really great day out. The photo there is of Brighton. I take the Brighton trip every year, but we go out, we do all sorts of different things. There's a trip to Thorpe Park, Guildford Spectrum, all sorts of things that young people will be motivated by and enjoy and recognise that they've earned it. And the idea is that every student that works hard and tries their best gets acknowledged for that regularly and with a big trip at the end of the year, so they know they've done well and they're motivated to do so again. In terms of our curriculum, we have some very simple philosophies. We believe in choice. All young people are different. All young people have things that they're good at and things that they're less good at. And we want them to have as wide a choice as they can possibly have so that they can do the things that that motivate them. Because when you do the things that you like and you're good at, you're more likely to work hard at them, you're more likely to succeed. So we try and give as much choice as we possibly can and a wide choice of subjects. So our Key Stage 4 options has a very, very diverse range because different people are motivated to do different things. And we try to make sure that there's everything else around the curriculum, the formal curriculum, the classroom curriculum, to engage and motivate our young people. There's a wide range of extracurricular offers in sport, in the arts, in all sorts of things, Dungeons and Dragons clubs, chess club, all sorts of things, because we all want that hook. We all want our young people to have things that they want to go to school for, and even if they aren't necessarily looking forward to whatever they've got period 3, they know that at lunchtime or after school they can go and do something that they really enjoy and is fun. We also have that wide range because young people can then try things for the first time and they might find that thing that they really love. They might go 3 times and not want to go again. But that choice, that opportunity is there. And so the all-round experience is really important. We have something called the ICC Experience Passport, where there are 33 different experiences that aren't about the classroom that we want all our young people to engage in and to have as part of their experience to broaden their learning. The wide range of extracurricular clubs that I mentioned, there's a big Duke of Edinburgh award group that go out to do the bronze and silver. Our school production, we're doing a pantomime, and that's a great thing for young people to get involved in. It's all student-led. The teachers guide what the students do, but they do all of the work, they do all the backstage, and that's a fantastic show every December. We have a school newspaper. You may well have heard about our work on a solar car project and seen the STEM bus, which would be here, but it's been refitted and it's a little bit late back, so sadly you won't be able to see that, but hopefully it'll be back soon. And all of these things are about developing engagement with school, their interest in other things broader than the school curriculum, but to develop their moral compass, to engender respect for all the other people around them, so that we all appreciate that we all have different things that we enjoy and are interested in, and that's all fine, that we're not one size fits all, that people have skills and talents in different areas and we can all value each other for that. And of course, as part of that, we go on local trips, we go on national trips, and we go on international trips. So there are trips this year to France and to Spain, but for example next Thursday the whole school are all on an activity. Years 8 through to 11 are all out on a trip in their year groups. Year 7 have got a team building activity on site. So there's a wide range of learning outside of the classroom to help them develop both their cohesion as groups, their interest and excitement about learning, and of course their engagement with school. So there's something for everyone, and everybody who comes here can find that thing that really floats their boat and makes them feel good about school. In terms of the community, we really value our place in our local community. We think that it's very important that we recognise the important part that the wider community plays in these young people's lives. We try and make sure that our communication with parents is clear, is regular, is open, and we value dialogue with parents. I am available via email all the time. I will reply to emails evenings and weekends. That in most cases is passing you on to the right person, but you need to know that if you've got a concern, somebody's there to hear it, and you are able to get in touch with the right person. So on our website there is a contacts page that has every member of staff's email address, but if you don't know the right person, I will direct you there. And we work really closely with the local primaries because transition is important. You know, you're at a stage where your children are in year 6, they will be thinking about secondary school, they'll have anxieties around that, there'll be excitement too, and we want to make sure that that transition experience is as smooth and painless as possible, and we share information with you so that we can make sure your child has a really positive experience of starting secondary school. And to help along the way, we have a whole team of people, our pastoral managers, who are there when things don't go quite right. Because in a school day, bags are lost, knees are scraped, friendships break and are regrown. And sometimes young people just need a quick 30 seconds, couple of minutes to help them get back on track, to find their bag, to put a plaster on their knee, to get them to sit down with their friends and say sorry. And what you want is somebody who is available at the time of need, because what happens with young people is if something's gone wrong and there's no way to put it right quickly, the anxiety grows and it becomes a bigger and bigger problem in their head. So we have a team of pastoral managers who aren't teachers, so they don't have a timetable teaching, who are around, who are there to help and support in lessons at break and lunchtime, to phone you, to sort those things out, those tiny things that can become big things, so that the young person can get on with their day and be happy again. So what you'll see if you come and see us is a really respectful environment, a calm, purposeful atmosphere in the school, and a positive ethos. You know, our young people are happy and they feel good about school, and they go about their business with a smile on their faces. A very strong sense of community, both our school community and our local community. We feel that's really important. And of course, that ends up in very strong GCSE results, good progress for all our young peoples, and a great experience of school. And that means young people engage with education beyond secondary school. We've got great rates of retention into our sixth form, but also very high levels of moving on to other things, apprenticeships, local colleges. Very, very few of our students become unplaced. And that's because that they have an experience of education, which even if they don't want to stay at school, means that they value education and they value learning. And that means that we currently are quite popular, and we have clashed this year in terms of open evening with Hazelwick. I had a conversation with the head at Hazelwick about that, and we both agreed that, you know, both the schools are very popular. We probably will take the vast majority of our students from within catchment in both cases. So actually, we can run our open evenings on the same night because we won't be taking the same students. So I would say this is a good opportunity to talk about application for schools. You choose the 3 schools you want to choose, but I will say fill in the form properly and choose 3. If you just write 1, then your form will go to the bottom of the pile because you haven't filled the form in correctly. So make sure that you fill that in and you put 3 schools. Realistically, you really want to be looking at your local catchment and the schools that are closest to you in terms of priorities. The town is very full at the moment. There isn't a lot of capacity that allows people who live a long way away from a school to get a place there. So I think you need to be aware and realistic about that. I'd guide you to the West Sussex Admissions website. They will give you an idea about how far away you are from each school so that you can make an informed judgment. I think it's important to talk about our sixth form provision and the fact that we have a 7-year journey, and that's a journey that encompasses a range of young people, but we have a wide range of courses in the sixth form, and our sixth formers are great ambassadors for the school. Being an 11 to 18 school is quite different to being an 11 to 16 school. The sixth formers have a very positive impact on the rest of the school community. They're real culture carriers and they're great role models, and I think that having young adults around the building who show the product of hard work and dedication really inspires the other students here. Ofsted visited us last April. Very pleased to say that went well. Our good was confirmed, and they wrote some very nice things about the atmosphere and the productive learning environment in the school and the impact that has on our learners. I won't talk you through these slides, I'll let you read them, but the full report is available on our website. We're very happy that Ofsted have rated us so highly and have written so many nice comments to us. I always say that we're more than a number. You can't categorise schools by 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not really very helpful. I think it's really important to see a school in action, understand its values, if you're going to make a choice about your child. Because we believe in outcomes, not just GCSE results. So we have consistently strong results, but we also have an increasing number year on year accepting university places and high level apprenticeships because they've engaged through 7 years of school and have found that journey a positive one. We've got well above national and county averages for continuing in education or employment. That's what I was saying about very few people are unplaced. They all have a purpose. Our careers advice is very strong, that makes sure that whatever their strength or skill, they have a way forward. And that great career support has the ability to allow people to make a really clear choice about futures that are aspirational for them. And the last thing, and anybody that's been in one of these talks before will probably be bored to death about this, but this is Jess and Tom. They are my children. Tom has just finished year 11 and is starting sixth form college. Jess is finishing her first year at university. But I, as a parent, recognise the feeling of the importance of the choice you're about to make. As I said at the very beginning, and I think it's important to say, the schools in Crawley are good. And they're well led. The head teachers are doing a good job. So I'm not here to rubbish the competition or do any of those things. We are all doing a good job. But I recognise that the choice you're making feels enormous. And I always look at my job as a parent does. I think about how that young person's feeling, how the parent is feeling. And it's really important not to keep a hold of that, because the experience that every individual child has is important and is equally important. And we're not a sausage machine. We're not here just to churn out GCSE results. We're about to work with young people, whoever they are, and develop their own individual strengths. So if you're interested, we have lots and lots of open tours. It's worth coming and seeing us in a normal working day. I can sort of sit here and say whatever I say, but the proof is if you come and have a look and see how our young people are at work. So if you want to do that, there's a contact at the bottom of that slide, my PA, Miss Brown. Drop her an email and she will arrange a tour for you. If you don't fit into one of the tour slots, we'll try and arrange something individually, because I'd really like you to come and see us. Thank you very much for listening. I hope, however you choose, whatever you choose, that transition for your child is a successful one, and I wish you all the success for the future.